Sunrise on the Hills by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow.
The poet describes a visit of his to the hills. On this visit, he stood still and looked up at the sky, which seemed to form an arc in his field of vision.
I stood upon the hills when heaven's wide arch was glorious with the sun's returning march, and woods were brightened, and soft gales went forth to kiss the sun-clad vales. The clouds were far beneath me, bathed in light. They gathered midway round the wooded height.
Sunrise on the Hills by Longfellow describes the healing power of nature. It can regenerate human body, mind, and soul. The morning sun shining on the woods and hills and urged readers to return to the lap of nature to soothe their souls. Throughout the poem, Longfellow compares the sun to a knight and nature to his sweetheart, the princess. The poem initially narrates the grand, glorious, returning march of the sun like a knight, which the poet witnessed from the top of a hill. Nature, the princess, has been waiting long under captivity. Now the city gates, heaven's wide arc, is glorious with the knight's arrival.
And in their fading glory shone like hosts in battle overthrown.
The sun's glory outshines everything else. The sun was shining over the clouds. The poet imagines that the sun and the clouds were locked in battle, and so many armies has been through these ages, and that finally the sun has won.
As many a pinnacle with shifting glance through the grey mist thrust up its shattered lance, and rocking on the cliff was left the dark pine, blasted, bare, and cleft. The veil of cloud was lifted, and below glowed the rich valley.
The enemy forces retreat, and rocking on the conquered fortress is left the dark pine blasted, bare, and cleft.
The river's flow was darkened by the forest's shade, or glistened in the white cascade, where upward in the mellow blush of day the noisy bittern wheeled his spiral way. The noisy bittern wheeled his spiral way. I heard the distant waters dash, I saw the current whirl and flash, and richly by the blue lake's silver beach the words were bending with a silent reach.
Arrival of sun like a night, nature begins to smile, and the rich valley begins to glow with all her charm. The distant water dash, and the current whirl and flash. All the lakes, princess, nature blue eyes with their silver breeches, and the woods bending over like eyelashes brighten up.
I saw the current whirl and flash. Then o'er the vale with gentle swell the music of the village bell came sweetly to the echo-giving hills, and the wild horn whose voice the woodland fills.
From the beautiful side of the valley, the poem gradually moves on to the mesmerizing sound that the valley sends out. Nature begins to sing, and the noisy bittern wheels has spiraled way up as in a musical note.
Whose voice the woodland fills was ringing to the merry shout that faint and far the glen sent out, where, answering to the sudden shot, thin smoke through thick-leaved branches from the dingle broke.
Nature begins to sing, and the noisy bittern wheels has spiraled way up as in a musical note. The music of the village bells echoes in the hills. The voice of the wild horn and the merry shouts from the valley fill the air.
If thou art worn and hard beset with sorrows that thou wouldst forget, if thou wouldst read a lesson that will keep thy heart from fainting and thy soul from sleep, go to the woods and hills. No tears dim the sweet look that nature wears.
Watching sunrise on the hills lays a profound, soothing effect on the poet, and the poem ends with a piece of advice to the readers. Whenever you are surrounded by the sorrows of life, whenever you fall upon the thorns of life and bleed, go to the woods and hills. Nature's charm will never fail to leave a smile on your face. It has everything in it to keep your heart from fainting and your soul from sleep. No tears can blur the beauteous look that nature wears to us. Comparing nature to a beautiful maiden has remained popular in literature over the centuries, especially among the romantic poets, but Longfellow has kept the comparison subdued with skillful elegance. This presentation has been prepared by Dr. Sridega R. Please visit her website. Her website is www.le4esll.com. Thank you. This presentation has been prepared by Dr. Sridega R. Please visit her website. Her website is www.le4esll.com. Thank you.